Yeah.
Diamonds in the Rough, another
Yes.
fine art piece.
Who knew that baseballs were also spectators?
Yeah, trendsetter, whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach for my goals, hit it dead center.
Am
I
I up
know.
first on this one, Diggs?
Well, you are, but I'm going to steal it from you.
Okay.
First up, Mr. Bentley wanted to talk about a young man out of uh, Normal, Illinois, by the name of Kyle Beatty, a shortstop who also just happens to be an outstanding two-sport athlete. Um,
32 passing touchdowns.
yeah, on a team that was outstanding. I think went to the quarterfinals if I remember right. But Kyle is a great two-sport athlete. Really handles the bat well. I think obviously, especially with kids like that, uh, coaches want to know what they're getting. Are you getting a kid who's fully committed to baseball, or do you want to potentially pursue both? And I think that's probably, I think a lot of high end junior colleges probably would have been on him earlier if it hadn't been for football. Um, so I know he's been taking some visits. He kind of reminds me of another kid locally here from Farmington by the name of Lane Wheelwright.
Yes.
Lane is a great ball player, comes from a great ball playing family. His older brother Jack is a great ball player. His dad Kevin was a great ball player. But right now, Jack's best sport is football. He's a great baseball player, but uh, but a month ago he was on the sidelines for one of Illinois', I think the Illinois Michigan State game, because he was an all-state quarterback. So we'll see what happens. Either way, a kid like this, I don't know his grades exactly, but I know they're pretty darn good, and he's not going to have any trouble finding a home for sure. So, but still out there. So if you're looking for a middle infielder, or if you're from a small school like uh, a D3 or an NAI that needs both, that's prime hunting right there. We got another one we got to talk about in that same situation. I'll let you take that since you know him a little bit better than me, Mr. Bentley.
Yeah, Jake Williams, name dropping. I actually played Sunday Morning League, which is a wooden bat league in Peoria.
The oldest continuous baseball league in the country.
Yes, I played Sunday Morning League with Jake Williams' dad, Ryan, who was a great hitting catcher. Played at ICC, Iowa State, 2 years of pro ball. But his son, Jake Williams, is a first team All-State quarterback. He's also a very good shortstop, utility, right-handed pitcher on the diamond for Princeville, the Princes. I think he's about close to 6 foot, maybe a little on the skinny side, 160, 165. A tremendous athlete. He hit 429 in the spring, only struck out 6 times in 82 plate appearances. OPS over 1,000, threw a no-hitter against Farmington. Um, Boy, I know he's getting recruited around, Central Illinois and expanded for football, but I don't know. I would love to see this kid play some baseball
Yeah,
and maybe do both. Again, it's the same with Kyle Beatty. I'll tell you what, it's hard. And I'll be honest, part of the reason I transferred to Southern was Monmouth was tough academically to get good grades and also play a sport. So to play two sports and try to get good
yeah.
grades, I don't know. I couldn't do it, at least at that immature 19-year-old age. I
No,
couldn't
yeah.
do it. You got to have
Well,
your organizational skills have to be
if
ridiculous, and you basically have to stop partying or minimize it to one, maybe two
yeah,
nights a
your
week.
social life is nothing because here's the thing, especially like school's only in session from August to May. Well, football runs August to November. Finals happen. You're pretty much out of school through mid-January. You come back into mid-January, baseball starts right away and runs through May. So you have maybe three free weeks as a student athlete if you're playing baseball and football at the college level. It's insane.
It's tough. Hats off if either of those kids
Yeah.
can do it. Um, Football, I gotta say, it's king. You know,
Yeah,
25 years ago, football was still king, but you could see a kid like that maybe decide for baseball. And you think about Jeff Samardzija a little bit, but
yeah,
nowadays football is so huge. I don't, I wouldn't doubt if both those gentlemen, Jake Williams and Kyle Beatty, both just play football only. But best of luck to both of them either way. Um,
nice.
Next one I've got is Andrew Corey's, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, but
You're
he,
pronouncing it like we're like the Peoria Corys.
yeah, yes, he's at
Great bar.
Nazareth. He's a right-handed pitcher for Nazareth Academy, the Dynasty, the Road Runners out of LaGrange Park. He's a top 150 guy. You know, as you mentioned earlier, 15 years ago, he's D1. It's
Yeah,
over. Um, I don't know. He could go JUCO. I think he's good enough to play D1. And if he does go JUCO, I think he for sure gets an offer to continue playing D1 after his 2 years are up. Um, I think he's Coach Milano's number two starter. He's a horse, 6'2", 200 pounds, high 80s heat. He'll touch 90 soon. He gets, I mean, he doesn't have to get much bigger. He's already 200. It's already
yeah.
two
I mean,
mills,
that's a
but
brick shit house right there.
he's a big dude. Another thing I like about him, he's not going to turn 18 till next summer. He's a young dude.
That's unreal.
So if he goes
That's
pro ball, that's going to increase his draft stock.
well, and that right there, this is the kind of kid that will benefit if that ruling from the federal court system does stay in place about
Yeah,
NJCAA kids. This kid is
definitely.
a prime candidate. Hey, go to junior college, get on a college lifting program, get on a college throwing program, watch that velo go through the roof, and then watch them all come flocking to you because, again, you're already built like a grown ass man.
Yep, he is. Last one I've got,
Yeah.
Gavin O'Neill. I threw this one in last minute, so we don't have video of him. He's out of Lake Park, which isn't too far from me. The Lancers. He's an outfielder, a right-handed pitcher, ranked 264 in PBR. Tall dude, 6'4", two-way ballers, 1.62 ERA, 88 miles an hour fastball, just like Doc Brown's DeLorean. He's bringing it. His opponents hit 160 off him this spring. He's also fast. He ran a 6.760. Like the kid, I should get eyes on him this spring. Um, he's got potential. I don't know if he's D3, is he JUCO? I think he could be both. We'll see. I mean, if he has a great, he's uncommitted as of now, so he has a great spring. He could be one of those guys. He starts hot, and next thing you know, in mid-April, he's committed to a JUCO, a good JUCO. He's got a lot of potential.
I would be lying if I said that all these kids still being uncommitted doesn't make me want to go back to Brett Kelly and be like, just give me my key and give me my whistle back. Let's go to work. And just I right now I guarantee I could field a team that would win the MWAC. And I fully realize what I'm saying right now. And I could do it. I guarantee it. With all the kids from the Midwest that are still unsigned, there's enough out there to field a conference winning team right now. So let's talk about what I had on the unsigned side. Let's see here.
You're
First
going
up,
back to Tremont, the
we
Fighting
are
Turks?
we are that's that's always been kind of a low key, sneaky baseball town. They like their football and all that stuff, but man, uh they play some baseball there. My guy, first guy unsigned, a former Illinois commit catcher, Blaine Williams. This kid has just been a born catcher. I literally stopped this kid after a baseball game during COVID era at TBK up there in the Quad Cities, and he just blocked everything, was throwing dudes out left and right, and at the time he was 12, 13 years old. And I just remember stopping him and being like, son, don't ever stop doing that. And now he's blown up into this. He's the best arm out of the crouch in the whole state. I think 87 miles an hour is what PBR had him at. I've seen him up to 93 off the mound. I've heard 95 off the mound from his throwing trainer, who is someone that I trust with my life. Doesn't pitch much in high school because they don't really have anybody that can catch him. Somebody's got to jump on that. He would be a perfect high level JUCO pickup. I think there's a no doubt there. My last one is another young man who's coming off TJ. Had kind of an interesting TJ surgery. Bentley, I don't know if you know this, but there have been an increase in the number of kids who they report symptoms of any baseball guy that's been around the game for a while go, oh, that's, yeah, you tore the UCL, man, or, it's the nerve, whatever, you got to go see I send most of my guys to Doc Paletta down in St. Louis, but there's guys up at Rush too, up in your neighborhood. But this young man, they went in, they looked at it. This is Braden Deverman out of Normal U High, by the way. They went in, looked at it, didn't see anything. And so he took 6 weeks off, goes to throw again, throws a couple weeks, hurts again. And finally, what they discovered when they finally ordered like the high
image,
I forget what it is, the
MRI.
it was the MRI, but it was like a souped up MRI.
Okay.
Like the HD version or whatever. It turned out that he didn't have a tear. So he's gotten the surgery now, working out at K's in Bloomington. He was also up to 90 last March before the season was started. And after he got healthy, and then he again felt that pain and shut it down. But this is a kid, 6'3", 215. As Cowton calls him, he's kind of a meathead, but it's not like Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds. It's more just, hey, I love to lift weights and I love to throw baseballs hard. And
say 215.
Yeah, he's 6'3", 215. He is built like a man.
That's a large mammal.
Yeah, he looks. He does not look like he fits in with the 17-year-olds at K's at all. So, but good kid, like I said, has been up to 90. I just asked Cowton about him today. Cowton says he's getting ready to let it eat. And, man, I think that could be a really nice arm for Steve Paxton this spring. So wouldn't surprise me to see him garner a few looks from some mid-level D1s. So, well, Mr. Bentley, that appears that we've made it through our first podcast.
We did it. Listeners, thanks for sticking around. As always, we're sponsored by Lou's Drive-In on Knoxville and Peoria. And just like Rick Vaughn asked Jake Taylor, yes, they do have chili dogs over there. Stop by anytime, not in the winter, though. Only open in the summer.
Only open for about 2 months.
It is.
And they're never open for dinner.
The root beer's like crack, though. It's that addictive.
The root beer is like crack. Highly recommend it. I will ship Lou's root beer for a price, folks. So reach out, get a hold of me. But yeah. So again, this will be hopefully a little bit more of a frequent thing. We're looking to make this. We haven't really talked about how frequent we want to do it. I'm assuming like a week or every other week, something like that. We do have some stuff coming on the road, some pretty cool stuff. Absolutely, folks. We thank you for tuning in, and we hope we'll keep seeing you back. But until then, stay warm and keep reading the hot stove.